This week, we got more bad news about possible terrorism, and Washington raised the threat warning back up to orange. I don't know how you deal with the anxiety this brings. We feel the threat acutely living here in New York, which makes it all the more odd that some people want to deal with the anger and fear by laughing about it.
Hoodgum Magami is a stand-up comic.
A little bit about me. I'm originally from Iran. Thank you, I feel the warmth. And
how much warmth should he expect?
No one ever applauds.
After announcing he comes from Iran.
Actually, I'm in a good mood. I was going to start off tonight by doing something in the name of Allah. And
Is a Middle Eastern man pretending to have a bomb funny?
Glad you guys are laughing. After you were laughing the other half, like, whoa!
Whoa is right. What's funny about being blown up?
I'm kidding. Later, not now.
Well, lots of people are laughing,
Subway, not here,
and a growing number of performers with Muslim or Middle Eastern backgrounds are trying to turn fear into funny. Helen Malik is from Syria. She says she wants people to know she's like everyone else.
I'm normal, people, just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time, strap on a bomb, go to work.
Saad Sarwana is the kind of man we've learned to worry about.
I fit every terrorist profile you can imagine.
It's not surprising, he says, that at airports he gets profiled.
I'm a single Pakistani Muslim male in my mid-20s, and I came here on a student visa to study physics.
Terrorism humor? These shows are playing to packed houses.
Right now it's sold out, so you guys can wait at the bar and then...
Apparently people are eager to hear Muslim and Arab comics joking about fear and hatred. The comics challenge people to think about stereotypes in new ways.
There's only one thing I gotta say about racial profiling. It's awesome. Seriously, look at me. I got my ass kicked all through high school. And now people are actually scared of me.
You look like a geek in high school?
I still do. I got my head flushed in the toilet. That's fine. Now I finally have some power. People are scared of me. I'm getting the respect.
He and some of the others met with us to talk about the issues they raised. Most were angry about being singled out as suspects.
Why are you surprised? 19 hijackers had names like yours.
It's just difficult to deal with.
Dino Badala was born in New Jersey.
Well, we hate terrorists just as much as an American who lives in the middle of the country never met an Arab or Middle Eastern person.
Badala's half Palestinian. On stage, he jokes about a gas station clerk who took a look at his credit card and said,
Well, what kind of name is Obadala thing? I'm like, sir, it's an Arabic last name. I'm like, what do we translate from Arabic to English? It means peaceful, friendly Arab who denounces terrorism and loves America. He's like, yeah, what Arab country is your family from? It's actually the most peaceful, popular one that he likes. I'm like, we're from the same Arab country that Aladdin is from.
Dana Dute's family is from Iran.
No, guys, that's a lie. I'm not Iranian. I was Iranian for 23 years up until September 11th, and now I'm Puerto Rican. That makes life a lot easier.
That's what's happened to the entire Middle Eastern population. They've all become blacks, Latinos, and dark Italians.
Nasri Malak is from Egypt.
I think the best thing about being Egyptian is that I have this ambiguous face where the average racist doesn't know which racial slur to call me. We want to become more American than Americans. So me and my family have been discussing it, and we're actually thinking about turning in my father. Not because he did anything, but it would just make us look so f***ing patriotic.
Many of the comics talk about being victimized, and reported hate crimes against Arabs and Muslims did increase sharply after September 11th. Police had to protect a mosque in Chicago. A car plowed into a mosque near Cleveland. There have been death threats, fire bombs, shootings. These are terrible things. But the truth is, there are more reported hate crimes against Jews, gays, or blacks than Arabs. But the comics focus on what's happened to Arabs.
There was a guy in Brooklyn who, went looking for the first Middle Eastern immigrant, all because, 9/11 rubbed him the wrong way.
That was this week. They arrested him this week. He killed 4 people. Only 1 was Arab. 3 he thought were Arabs, and he killed them.
That did happen, but it's rare. Arabs are not even the main victims of hate crime in this country.
That's what I'm saying. We're in 4th grade.
It's starting.
We're supposed to feel sorry for you about subtle crime?
It starts off very small, but where does it go?
I have people literally freaking out at my shows because I say I'm Palestinian.
You, that's un-American. Bang.
The manager of the club where we taped this show says he got threatening phone calls.
You can't be doing that show. That's unpatriotic. What are you doing?
And you may consider some of what they say unpatriotic.
You guys see this? Dan Rather interviewed Saddam Hussein on primetime TV, right before trying to kill the guy. He's on primetime TV. And he challenged President Bush to a debate. You guys hear about that? How unfair was that?
He did this routine when our troops were fighting in Iraq.
Going right for our president's weakness. Speaking English.
Shock and awe. What do you think about that name? The shock and awe campaign. Shock, I understand. Awe, don't really get it. I don't think there's some guy standing outside of his ruined house going, "Oh my God! Look at what they did! They killed my parents, my son, my daughter, my wife, everybody!" But what a fireball! I mean, I shed a tear. It was Kodak moment, seriously. Wow.
You guys are really out there. You say these nasty things about the president during war at a time when our boys are being killed. This is disrespectful.
I'm not saying...
Not to the boys.
Not to the troops. Making fun of President Bush and making fun of the troops are completely different in my mind, and I think most people's mind. I think they understand that.
But it says something generous about Americans that you criticize our God. You couldn't do that in your home countries.
We love what we see here. This is like euphoria for us, comparatively speaking to where we've come from.
The FBI has me on speed dial.
They joke about being thrown in jail.
We're all going to be arrested by the FBI after the show. Hope you guys hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you'll visit me in the detainment camp where I'll be...
But they acknowledge that one of the wonders of being in America is that all speech is allowed.
I do feel like stand-up comedy is the most American thing you can do, to get up on stage and speak your mind and say whatever you want to say.
Still, isn't it possible to go too far?
And they actually make these bumper stickers. They say, "I love Islam" by Saad.
Saad, spelled just like his name.
If you don't like anyone, just stick it on their car. I'm telling you, I had some people annoying me. I stuck it on their car. They're all dead now.
Does that go too far?
There is some hate, and only if you acknowledge the hate, if you acknowledge that the hate might be there, is when you can get rid of it.
Acknowledging it gets rid of it?
Right, because if you don't talk about it and you don't joke about it, it'll never come out.
All this paranoia about Arabs, I'm even getting nervous when there's a group of Arabs around. God, I hate my family. Oh, if Bush wants to bomb us Arabs, I'll tell him where. 391 93rd Street, Brooklyn, New York. That's my Uncle Omar's address.
People who saw the shows liked them.
I think it's great. I think laughing is much better than fighting.
We need to break the stereotypes.
How can it be funny? They made it funny. A funny comedian can make anything funny.
We need laughter at this time more than any other time.
We need the comedy and we need the open dialogue, or else it's going to get uglier. It's the antidote. It's just going to get uglier and uglier unless we start talking about it. We tell jokes because we love this country.
And it's harder to hate if you're laughing.
I'm actually, guys, I'm not only Iranian, though. It gets better. I'm also Jewish. I'm an Iranian Jew. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're like, ooh, he's Iranian and Jewish. I don't know if I should hate him or hate him.
Boy, John, a double dose of prejudice, I think. But you know, there may be some people who are offended by this kind of humor, but there are millions of Arabs and Muslims in this country, and many of them are Americans, citizens, you know, and these comics really do remind you that we have to be very careful about our prejudice and our bigotry.
It's good to be reminded of that. And I went to these shows a little skeptical when I'd heard about some of the humor. But they're right. It is an antidote to the ugliness. It makes you feel good when you walk out of there. And whatever hatred's around, these folks are subjected to more of it than we are.
And we should have the right to speak and to laugh. I mean, That's what America is all about. Right. We'll be right back.